Good morning everyone, welcome to my channel. So today is a bonus video. I would like to show you some parcels that were waiting for me when I got home from Melbourne, and they are from two of my most favourite shops. The first one is Susanna, who owns Vintage Blend Studios. So there's her card if you'd like to take a screenshot. So I ordered two of her recent fabric packs. Being that I went to France with her, she has so kindly cut up her France treasures and put them into some packs. I couldn't believe it. She's kept very little for herself too, the silly girl. Silly girl. We'll have to do something about that. The packs that she's created are just gorgeous. This one in particular I couldn't wait to get my hands on it because, as you can imagine, it matches my pack of fabrics that I bought back from France. I'll put the link to her shop below, and I'll put a link to the two projects that I've created using my fabrics, which may inspire you to go and grab some goodies from Susanna's shop. Now, my two projects focused on not so much those two colours, but all of these. And she has picked up this quilt over there. It was a piece of a quilt, and then broken it down to make some gorgeous little pieces of fabric. Oh, the colours. You can just see that this was all together. It's got, look at that, faded and then the original colour. Imagine this in its entirety. Oh, look at those. Like that little piece there, cut out and then embroidered and embellished with beads. Beautiful. You're going to get sick of me saying, oh, look at the basket. I'm going to try and refrain myself here. So if you've been listening to me banging on about France and Paris, these fabrics would give you a little taste of it. They're so soft and so, they're delicate. They've been worn, and these would make beautiful little patches. Like, you'd get a lot of projects out of these because you only take little bits. You might be doing a project that has greens, browns and fawns in it, so you would just nibble out those little pieces. Then you might have a project where you've got a lot of pink coming through, pink and red. Like, look at that little bit. If you just cut that piece out, there's circles in the background of this that could be all slow stitched. See, this is where we slow stitchers, the gang, we only need little bits of things, and when they're, oh boy, when we do projects, we only need little bits, and we need a variety of colours that we can meander through to build together a piece. Oh, this is pretty. Just like there's those types of shapes, leaves, even though that you'd say, oh, you haven't got anything that's real decorative there, it doesn't matter, because when you start breaking down, it's like when the photographers put their hands together like this and they'll look at a scene, but only through this little space. It's amazing what you can see when you do that, and how pretty some of the elements, like look at that little piece there, some of the elements become when you're only focused on what's in the little picture. Oh, these are going to be great. Like, I bought a lot back with me. Well, I don't know, even my husband said you didn't buy much, but because we only use little bits, it's probably a lot, really. But I am moving through it, but that's, okay. And I really feel like I was focused on certain colours. And I thought, I'm going to grab Susanna's pack because it'll just bring a little flush of other colours through my work. Oh, Susanna. We were discussing that she keeps back a pack for herself, and you should do it, Susanna. You'll regret it if you don't, because it's memories. She's only got a few packs left now, and I was hoping to get, I was hoping to get this video out before I went away, but the postie just wasn't quick enough, so I was determined to get this done as soon as I could and get it up today. Oh, that's so pretty. You can see what the original fabric was, and then it's faded. It's faded even more. Just that piece would be a beautiful start to a slow stitch, and then build in around it. I'd then go looking for some of the browns that we saw earlier, like some of these tones, like some of that, and just put little pieces in around it, as well as some plainer pieces, and then do some embroidery. So this little pack of fabric you would get a lot out of that, and it's the perfect size. Like, at the end of the day, our cupboards are getting full of fabric, aren't they? Well, mine are. So this is a perfect way of getting just little pieces. And if you made the French bag that I did, let me go grab it. Hang on one moment. No, we're off on a tangent now. Okay, so if you remember, we did the Japanese rice bag. This is the blue one, the original, that is stiffened on the sides so that it can contain my fabrics that I've been buying from Bitten by the Bug. And see, once again, they're just little bits. That's all I need. I'm trying to pull myself back to getting good quality, small little bits and pieces, and it really makes a difference. So in here goes everything to do with anything I do with Japanese stitching. And then when I came back from Paris, I did another one and made a French. Let me bring it up, because I just looked up at the TV and I'm shoving the bag down in your face. So I did a French one out of my fabrics. Now that embroidery, there were two. Well, even that would be beautiful embroidered, but these would be fantastic. These little baskets. There's some little flowers here. You could cut those out and build a piece around them. This one. Look at that. Right, there you go. You see how it all sort of fits? So if you fell in love with this little bag of mine, here's an opportunity to get your hands on some little pieces of fabric, and then pair it up with some of the French general fabric that's out there. They've got beautiful French themed fabrics from heritage designs. Like, I'd call this a heritage design. This here. See the scrolly flowers and that? Well, French General's doing all of those little floralette shapes in all their fabrics. So it just works. Now my base is a French General fabric. So you only need a tiny little bit, and then pop some lace on it. Very much works with the whole French theme. So, and then if you make yourself a little storage container, there's so many patterns out there. If you weren't into this style, you could make all sorts of fabric bowls. You then put your little morsels to do with that style into your little bag. So there you go. So the next pack, now I said to Susanna when we were in France, we were talking about colours and that, and I said I'd love to do some projects where I pull a little blue into my work. And then she picked up, I'll pop a card there so you can see that. She picked up some beautiful blue fabrics, and I was like, oh, I better get some of those. So, and it sort of gave me some extra colours that I probably would never have really bought. But when you start looking at how other people put things together, they're just beautiful. Like, Nice neutral flower. She's got a couple little flower motifs in this second pack. Like that'll go straight in with the French. Beautiful. Pop that in my little rice bag. This is what caught my eye. This is what sold the pack. Isn't it just beautiful? I think it came off of a curtain, like a valance curtain. Oh my goodness. And look at that. Look what they've done. So there's a piece of fabric coming down, and then they've bought this second piece that had the scallop edge and added it. How interesting. So therefore I've just picked up that extra fabric. I know it doesn't seem much, and I'm sure there's some husbands out there listening to my video going, you girls, oh how sweet, you girls are crazy when it comes to fabric. Look at that. That was the other reason I wanted a piece. What a beautiful panel. Now she's only got a few of these left too, so I hope you managed to score one. She released them a week ago, so there's quite a few that are sitting in shopping baskets, and so sneak in there and nab them, girls, if you want to grab some authentic goodies. Oh, look, there's a linen button. Oh, look at these. These are covered in linen. Just so beautiful. Awesome. And some little laundry tags. Excellent. I've got a little container of those. I was lucky enough to secure some laundry tags with my name on them, probably 2 years ago. I searched and searched. That's these. So if you are wanting some and you can find your initials, go to Etsy and just type in laundry tags. And I ended up buying in the beginning, because I couldn't find my name, so you get two little rolls in the little box. I bought a general one, so a little bit of everything, and there's numbers in there, there's all sorts. So these were put on the clothes back in the day when they didn't have washing machines, and they had to send their linen out, especially their bed linen, to be laundered. They may have done their basic linen washing at home, but the sheets and all that were collected, the pillow slips, and taken out and laundered. And that's how all this fabric, like these things, are coming back for sale, because these were all bed sheets. It's really, really quite interesting. I know I was talking to Nikki Franklin at the retreat, and she was saying that if it's a really old piece of linen, you will see a join in it. That means it's really old, because the looms weren't very big. I don't know if I've got any. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Gosh, now we're heading down another rabbit hole. This piece of linen, you see the join? See it through there? Where it's been stitched together by someone? Well, that means that this is really old, like I'm not going to quote dates because I'm not 100% sure. The looms at this time were only small, so they would create the fabrics and then stitch them together to make bed linen or aprons or tablecloths or whatever, this particular material. Then if you get a few years later, the looms became a lot bigger, so they were able to do bigger pieces of fabric. How interesting. I always wondered why there was these random seams every so often. So that helps tell that you've got a really old piece of linen. Little Suffolk puff, some more red with blue. See, it's pieces like this that give you a bit of a snapshot of a project. If that really catches your eye, you can start putting together little pieces of fabric that sort of tone in with something that you can say, right, it's like a mood board already. If you love it, you can build upon it and start adding in some extra pieces. So we've got some old, oh, so pretty. See, it's not a colour that I would put together, but when you start looking at it, the blue and the greens and then just a hint of the pink, it's very pretty. Very pretty. And here's another piece of French. This is a good little pack. Look at that. Oh, nice, generous piece. You can see the fading where the sun has come in on that. This probably would have been a curtain, I'm going to say. Maybe this was sort of behind the wall and this was out in the light. Beautiful little flowers there. And even these little pieces, that little piece, or just cut a piece. See what I mean by there? Just great value. I'm going to put that straight into my French little bag because that sort of all works. And this was unusual. Black toile. I thought, wow, I've never seen black toile. And I thought, gee, I'm going to have a little piece of that. I don't have a lot of black fabrics, but there's something about it. Just imagine if you cut that out, cut that out. Beautiful. Good morning, Casper. Casper's come into Yibba Yabba. So there you go. So that's my treasures that I had waiting for me when I got back. Very, very exciting. And they're very old and just beautiful. So thank you, Susanna, for sending me the parcel. It has arrived safe and sound. I've already squirreled away all the red bits into my red basket. So lovely. So head over to Susanna. I hope you don't miss out because, yeah, it took me a few days to get to this video. So I didn't check with her this morning to see if there was any left, but I'd say there might be a couple. So go and grab them. All right, my next parcel is another great Aussie lady. And Melanie has a business on her Instagram page where she posts every day, sometimes up to 10, 15 items. And you just write in the comments that you would like it, like sold or thank you, I'd love that. And she puts it aside. You can build a little pile to make your postage worthwhile and then say, righto, Melanie, send me the bill. And she'll send you a link to PayPal or her direct debit details so that you can go and deposit the money for your purchases and she'll pop it in the mail. So I can highly, highly recommend it. She has everything from threads to books to lace to fabrics. Now, I was on the hunt and I'm hoping it is in here for a vintage tapestry. Now, she's so sweet. In the next Roxy Journal of Stitchery project, I'm doing a homage to the seamstress, which was my grandmother, my mum to a degree, and also, I hope it's in here. I can't see it at a glance. Oh, no. This is not who I thought it was. Oh, wow, this is a surprise. Let me have a look at this. I just assumed it was. Oh, Melanie's parcel is yet to arrive. Oh, wow. Oh, this is even more exciting. I was looking in there for this tapestry that I want to use in the seamstress because of the tapestries my grandmother did, and I was going to work it in. Anyway, story for another day. This is the little dress that I found on Etsy to put on the mannequin. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let me just open it up. Oh, this is great. Gee, I hope it fits the mannequin. I think it will. She had it on a mannequin and that's what caught my eye. So this is a little 1950s inspired party dress that I found on Etsy, which is going to form the base for my mannequin. Oh, look at it. This is exactly what my grandmother would have made. Little bit of tulle under the skirt. Then we've got some satin. It's not satin. I don't know what that is. Oh, look at this. Oh, I've got that lace here somewhere. Oh, wow. I'm sure I've got a piece of this somewhere that came out of a thrift store. It was on a blouse. Been chopping into it for some time. I'll have to find it because then I can take some of this lace up into the top of the piece. Oh, aren't you just gorgeous? Oh, this is great. So this is going to form my base because I didn't want to add the pieces directly to the mannequin. So I'll be reinforcing it and collaging all over it. And being that Grandma was a wedding dressmaker, I thought, well, this skirt is a great start for me to embellish. Oh, I love that this, look at this, it's so soft. Okay, well, you got a sneak peek of a piece or a treasure that I plan to use in the up-and-coming Roxy Journal of Stitchery, Volume 4, Treasure Hunt. My first treasure has arrived. Well, there you go. So I still have a parcel coming, which maybe today, which is the pack of goodies from Purveyor of Reclaimed Textiles. That's the Instagram name. So if you want to go over there and have a little look beforehand, being that I've been talking about it, feel free. But awesome. All right, guys, that's it. Just a bonus video. I hope you enjoyed that. I've already come up with 7 different projects just looking through Susanna's bits and pieces there. Got to do something with blue. All right, guys, have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next video, which will be Tuesday, tomorrow, and that will be a bit of a recap of my adventures in Melbourne. So look after yourselves and have a lovely day, and that's Susanna's site. All the details will be down below in the description, so you can click on them, and it'll take you to the store. I might even put this young lady's Etsy store in there. It's really interesting collection of things that she does. So I just can't remember the name off the top of my head because she's, yeah, anyway. All right, guys, look after yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.